and welcome to Idea TV Midday News. I am Miracle Obi. We begin with the headlines. Shururi mobilizes supporters for free Nnamdi Kanu protests. Senate to grill NCAA local airlines over safety breaches. Burkina Faso launches first virtual digital fair to promote local innovation. Police arrest man in Niger for online dating fraud. Morocco earmarks $15 billion for health and education in 2026. And away from Africa, UK clean energy plans to create 400,000 jobs by 2030. And in health, NAFDAC urges drug companies to invest in local vaccine production. In business, Okomo Oil records highest profits in 5 years, set to pay 84 naira final dividend. And finally in sports, Morocco marks history, wins first ever FIFA U20 World Cup title. And also Nigeria wins bronze at 2025 Hockey African Cup of Nations. And now the news in full. The human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has called on Nigerians to join a nationwide protest demanding the release of detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu despite a court order restricting demonstrations in key areas of Abuja. In a post on social media platform X, Sowore urged citizens to carry a sign, sing a song and make a statement as part of the protest tagged Free Nnamdi Kanu Now, scheduled to begin at 9:07 a.m. in front of Transcorp Hotel, Abuja. He encouraged participants to remain peaceful and determined, revealing that over 1 million people were expected to join the march. The planned protest, however, defies an interim injunction issued by the Federal High Court, Abuja, bearing demonstrations near sensitive government areas. Reacting to the restriction, Sowore questioned the legitimacy of the order and accused authorities of double standards. He disclosed that his team of 115 lawyers would challenge the injunction once served, insisting that protests would proceed peacefully. The march also coincides with the 5th anniversary of the End SARS movement, marking renewed call for justice and civil rights in Nigeria. The Nigerian Senate has raised alarm over what is described as recurring safety lapses in the country aviation sector following the recent incident involving an Air Peace aircraft at the Port Harcourt International Airport. According to the report, the aircraft had a runway excursion after landing on July 13 with a preliminary investigation by the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau (NSIB) indicating that the flight crew for operation under the influence of hard drug and alcohol. Toxicological tests reveal that traces of alcohol and cannabis in the pilot system. During plenary last week, lawmakers expressed outrage over the development and ordered a comprehensive investigation. The Senate Committee on Aviation, chaired by Senator Buhari Abdul Fatai, noted that no lives were lost. The incident exposed critical gaps in safety standard, pilot decision-making, and regulatory oversight. The Senate urged the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, along with the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, to implement all NSIB's safety recommendations immediately. It also directed the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to strengthen regulatory oversight and enforce strict compliance with the international safety standard. In addition, the FAAN was ordered to rehabilitate damaged runways, install proper airfield lighting, and upgrade navigational aids, beginning with Port Harcourt International Airport. The Senate's Committee on Aviation has mandated to engage relevant stakeholders and report back within 6 weeks. Lawmakers emphasize that aviation safety is crucial in Nigeria's national security, economic stability, and regional air transport ambition. They also recommended the NSIB for promptly releasing its findings, describing it as a step toward transparency and accountability in the industry. Burkina Faso has launched its first ever virtual digital fair, FASCO Digital 2025, designed to showcase the nation's growing digital innovation and creative talents. The event, which runs until October 25, takes place entirely online through an interactive platform developed by Lofasono.net, one of the country's pioneering online media outlets. Speaking at the launch, Dr. Siriuk Bare, founder of the Lafaso.net and initiator of the fair, described digital transformation as a national priority. He emphasized that the event aims to strengthen the country's digital ecosystem, support collaboration, and promote homegrown solutions. The fair themed Innovating to Rebuild Digital Technology at the Service of Resilient Burkina Faso also received strong government backing, with the Minister of Digital Transition, Dr. Aminata Zabo Subain, praised it as a milestone in the country's digital transformation journey. Running for a week, the virtual fair features masterclasses, expert panels, and innovation competition focused on artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, digital entrepreneurship, and e-health. Officials say the initiative will not only spotlight Burkinabe innovation but also position the country as an emerging hub for digital transformation and African-led technology development. The Niger State Police has arrested an 18-year-old man, Victor Ugu, for allegedly disguising as a woman online to defraud unsuspecting victims. The suspect, a resident of Easy Life Street along Kaduna Road, was apprehended on October 16, 2025 during the patrol officers of the Meiji Division. According to the police public relations officer, Wasiu Abiodun, Victor was caught following a public argument with a local resident who accused him of deception. Investigation revealed that the suspect, dressed as a woman, took self-portraits and shared them on social media platforms like Facebook and TikTok to solicit money and increase online following. Items recovered from his residence included wigs and female clothing used to scam. The police has cautioned residents to be wary of online relationship and avoid sending money to people they have not met in person. Meanwhile, in a related operation, officer recovered a stolen vehicle along Kaduna Road that same day. The Niger Police Command reiterated its commitment to tackling cyber and street crimes across the state. Morocco has unveiled plans to allocate 140 billion dirham, about $150 billion, to the health education sector in its 2026 national budget. The amount represents an 18% increase from last year and signals the government's commitment to improving basic social services. Minister of Economy and Finance Nadia Fatai Alao announced the decision during a cabinet meeting chaired by King Mohammed VI. According to the minister, the health sector will receive funds to complete major infrastructure projects, including the IBN Sina University Hospital Rebat and new hospitals in Ajidia and Lyon. The education budget will focus on expanding preschool access, enhancing student support, and improving overall learning quality. The new plan will also extend social protection and support programs expected to reach about 4 million households. The increased funding follows recent youth protests calling for more investment in health and education rather than the major sporting events. Officials' data shows that nearly 9% of Morocco's GDP already goes into the two sectors. Authorities say the new budget reflects the government's commitment to social progress and its resolve to meet citizens' growing expectations for better health care and education. Away from Africa, the United Kingdom's energy transition is expected to generate over 400,000 new jobs by 2030, with high-demand projects to trades such as plumbing, carpentry, electrical work, and welding. This was revealed in a report released by the Department of Energy Security and Net Zero, outlining the government's carbonization strategy across sectors including nuclear renewable energy, carbon capture, and energy efficiency. According to the reports, constructions of major projects such as the Sizewell C nuclear facility in Suffolk will provide around 10,000 jobs at peak construction, while carbon capture and storage projects in Scotland and the Northeast are expected to create about 35 positions. Energy Secretary Ed Miliband said that the government aims to train 20,000 workers to ensure British citizens benefit directly from the emerging green economy. The Labour government says the clean energy expansion would serve as a key driver to economic renewable and environmental sustainability. However, analysts warn that the shortage of skilled domestic labor could slow progress, potentially increase reliance on foreign expertise. Despite these concerns, the U.S. remains committed to achieving the net zero energy system by 2050, with major progress expected to end of this decade. We'll go on a quick break now. The news continues when we return.
A new wave of entrepreneurs is redefining what's possible, from protecting critical infrastructure to powering local communities.
Back. If you're just joining, this is the Idea TV Midday News, and now the rest of the news. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) has called on Nigeria's pharmaceutical companies to invest in local vaccines production to strengthen the nation's preparedness for future health emergencies. Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye made the appeal in a statement on Sunday, stressing that Nigeria must not wait for another pandemic before developing its own vaccine infrastructure. Adeyeye explained that during the COVID-19 pandemic, Nigeria relied heavily on international donors, a dependence the country must work on. She revealed that NAFDAC has improved its regulatory system through restructuring and active participation in the World Health Organization's global benchmarking program. The agency, she said, attained WHO maturity level 3 for medicines and imported vaccine in 2022 and has since established a specialized directorate for vaccine and biologists to ensure regulatory alignment with international best practices. The NAFDAC boss expressed optimism that Nigeria will begin manufacturing its own vaccines before the end of her tenure, describing it as a personal goal and a major step towards pharmaceutical independence. She also disclosed that NAFDAC remains the only regulatory agency in sub-Saharan Africa with an in-house laboratory for vaccines, biologics, and medical devices, noting that local production would help Nigeria achieve full WHO recognition and end reliance on imported vaccines. Okumo Oil PLC has posted a record-breaking profit of 60.33 billion naira for the 9 months ending September 2025, surpassing its full year 2024 profit by 50% and marking its strongest performance in 5 years. The company's revenue also surged to 174 billion naira and 63% year-on-year increase, driven by robust demand and improved operational efficiency. Following the impressive results, Okumo has rewarded shareholders with interim dividend totaling 40 naira per share so far this year, including a 10 naira dividend payable on November 14. Based on historic payment trends, analysts project a final dividend of 44 naira per share, bringing the total payout for 2025 to 84 naira, more than triple that of the previous year. The company's earning per share rose 113% year-on-year to 63.25 naira, reflecting sustained profitability and financial strength. Okumo stock has mirrored a strong fundamental, climbing from 444 naira at the start of 2025 to 1,020 naira, representing a 130% year-to-date gain. With solid cash flow, low debts, and a clear focus on shareholders' value, the palm oil producer is expected to maintain its growth momentum in 2026. Analysts predict that the share price could reach between 1,200 naira and 1,300 naira in the coming months as investors' confidence continues to rise. And in sports, In a historic moment for African football, Morocco has clinched to the 2025 FIFA U20 World Cup title after defeating Argentina 2-0 in the final held in Santiago, Chile. The victory marks Morocco's first FIFA trophy at any level and cements their growing reputation as a rising force in world football. The Atlas Lion triumph was inspired by youngster Yassir Zibir, who scored both goals in the first half, while captain Brian El Rabat and goalkeeper Yusuf Bakali anchored a solid defense that kept Argentina at bay. With this feat, Morocco becomes only the second African nation to win the U20 World Cup, following Ghana's 2009 success. The victory has been hailed across the continent as a proud moment for African football and is testament to Morocco's sustained investment in youth development and sports excellence. And also, Nigerian's men hockey team has secured a bronze medal at the 2025 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations after a 3-1 victory over Kenya in the third place playoff half of the Suez Canal Authority Stadium in Ismailia, Egypt. The win marks a strong finish for the team in the 12th edition of the Continental Champion organized by the African Hockey Federation. Solomon Dennis opened the scoring for Nigeria in the 16th minute before Kenya's Usagi Scofield equalized 8 minutes later. Samalia James then restored Nigerians' lead with two quick goals from penalty corners in the second half, sealing the winning and earning the forward and tournament top scorer title with 8 goals. Meanwhile, South Africa continued their dominance in African hockey, defeating host Egypt 5-1 in the men's final to climb their 8th title and a ticket to the 2026 Hockey World Cup. Despite women's team losing their own bronze match to Kenya, Nigerians' podium finish in the men's category reflects their growing competitiveness and tactical improvements in the continental stage. And this is all we have for you on Idea TV Midday News, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. Shurere mobilizes supporters for free Nnamdi Kanu protests. Senate to grill NCAA local airlines over safety bridges. Burkina Faso launches first virtual digital fair to promote local innovation. Police arrest man in Niger for online dating fraud. Morocco's earmarks $15 billion for health and education in 2026. And away from Africa, UK clean energy plans to create 400,000 jobs by 2030. And in health, NAFDAC urges drug companies to invest in local vaccine production. And in business, Okomo Oil records highest profits in 5 years, set to pay 84 Naira final dividend. And in sports, Morocco marks history, wins first ever FIFA U20 World Cup title. And also in sports, Nigeria wins bronze at 2025 Hockey African Cup of Nations. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea TV. I am Miracle Ubi. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.